Hello Pisces, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Pisces is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. These readings are totally free. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Pisces, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we're starting with the Prince of Cups. This is that authentic card. This is someone who's got a voice inside of them that's trying to get out. This is a call for you to live your life more authentically, to express yourself in a way that is right and natural for you, to pursue those things that mean something to you. There's an intensity in this card, Pisces. This intensity is kind of like there's this inner artist, or this inner musician, or there's like this book inside of you. There's a song inside of you that is struggling to get out. And this is you, kind of letting that happen, giving space for that to happen. And that's that authenticity, right? And it may be that we have a lot of this we have this impulse, we have this intensity, but then you know what? Our day starts to happen. We get involved in things. We get in traffic. We go to work. We see the people that we kind of don't really get along with, or we meet with some challenges. We sort of look at the bills, or we get home. We see all the dishes we got to do now, and so we sort of get caught up in all these like survival kind of things where we lose that momentum to do the authentic thing. It's like we have all these plans in the morning, but then once the day unfolds, it's like we forgot all about that song we were going to sing, So let's see what's going on here. Let's see how we get back to this. Let's see what we're doing with this. Okay, there's a divine doorway. That is a rebirth. That is the eon, judgment, rebirth, reawakening, the baptism by fire. We have a Two of Swords. We have the Hermit. We have an Empress. Oh, yeah. And we got the Sunshine, too. Oof, yeah, this year, you're skyrocketing. This is one of those major red alerts, major cards, right? Your heart and your mind may be always, it's like I said, we have these intentions. We wake up in the morning with like hope for the day, right? I'm going to live this day and I'm going to do these things and it's going to be great and this is how I'm going to feel. This is the mood I'm going to be in. This is the song I'm going to sing. And then life happens, and life has a way of grinding us down, especially if we enter into situations that make us feel on edge, or give us anxiety, or we feel like we're kind of in survival mode in certain places. Then the song doesn't matter. It's survival mode. It's not compatible with like just singing your song, right? I feel like things are changing. I feel like you're going through a major doorway here, major leveling up, major transformation. Okay, we have a Two of Pentacles. Maybe that's it. Maybe the Eight of Pentacles is it. We have a Prince of Swords and a Princess of Pentacles. We're investing in ourselves. We're investing in a new life here. Okay, this is I feel like things are really skyrocketing from you, but it's a choice we have to make. It's a choice to live life authentically. Okay, and go through this doorway of change and transformation where maybe we're leaving a lot of our worries and stress behind. Maybe it's a new way of looking at all the challenges of life. Maybe it's trying to keep our real authentic aspirations, keep that song inside of us front and center, so that even when life presents us with challenges and we gotta go to work and see that person again that we don't like, or we're faced with the challenges and the tribulations of life, that we choose to hold that song in our heart and keep it there and stay authentic and stay committed and stay self-aware, stay conscious and awake, right? and sing that song, live that, and do the thing, right? Do the thing, whatever that is for you. Yeah, whether it's a hobby, a practice, maybe it is a song, something that you want to write, maybe it's a lifestyle that we want to live. Maybe we wake up in the morning, we think today's going to be a great day. And of course we get to work and we're bummed out and we forget all about, afternoon Paul is a lot different than first thing in the morning Paul. First thing in the morning, it's like, all right, this is going to be a wonderful, beautiful day. I'm so jazzed up. I'm so excited. And then by the end of the day, it's just like, oh man, it's like problems and like arguments and like stress and all these things that happen. But if we can hold on to it and try to be authentic, and then we don't let that energy come in and grind us down, right? Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right here with Michael Scott right on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during the message you feel like you might know what that card could be, put your prediction in the comments down below. Okay. Now, as we look around the room, we do see a lot of these majors. 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana energy. We don't see any fire cards. We see some water, some air, some earth, right? Water, air, and earth. Body, heart, and mind. Spirit is here. Spirit's in the building. This is an arrow, right? This is kind of an arrow pointing upward. You are skyrocketing toward your best life. But we have to choose to stay in alignment with that. Okay? We have to choose to connect with ourselves and do it no matter what. Do it no matter what the day brings. It's kind of like you have this, you're trying to write a book. I don't know. Trying to write a book, but it's like you wake up in the morning, you think, all right, I'm going to write that book. Today's the day. I'm going to make some progress on it. I'm really going to do it. But then the day happens and all this other stuff goes on and we never end up getting to the book. This is a decision. This is a decision. Both of these are decisive cards that say, I'm going to write the gosh darn book today no matter what happens. No matter what happens today, I'm doing it because I owe it to myself. I owe it to the book. I owe it to spirit. I owe it to my soul to do this thing no matter what gets in my way. You know, the Eon card, this is a choice. It's a choice to leave the past behind. It's a choice to say, doesn't matter how stressed out I am from the day, all that I can leave behind me, and this moment, for this half an hour, whatever, I can do the thing. Whatever the thing is, right? You know, very often I would get sort of bummed out by the day or distracted by the day or stressed out by the day. And I would end up just sort of saying, well, nah, my meditation, and nah, I'll just do it tomorrow. You know, it's been a rough day, you know, and I wouldn't do it. And I would let the day get to me. And I would abandon the thing that was most important to me because of all the nonsense of this day, and all that unimportant stuff is just bovine excrement. This is the thing that's really important to you. So when it comes time to do it, forget all that other nonsense and do the thing, whatever it is. Maybe it's your stamp collection, maybe it's writing a book, maybe it's your meditation, maybe it's your exercise, maybe you like to cook, maybe you like to stargaze, maybe you like to sing or dance or whatever it is, right? It's kind of like you have this long, hard day and you don't really feel like going home and singing or cooking or exercising because it's been a heck of a day. And every day is going to be a heck of a day. But once you commit to yourself and you say, I'm going to do it anyway, you're going to be I think that you're going to skyrocket. It's going to just take off. You're building up like this is the launch pad. You're building up so much power that it's going to be life-changing. Okay? And Spirit says you have to choose to do this now. This doorway is here. And this is a doorway of a new life. This is a doorway that is going to transport you to a new future. Okay? It's really skyrocketing you to your best life. This is that doorway, a decision to stay true to whatever this purpose is for you. Stay true to this is going to skyrocket you to your best life. We're going to do a divine doorway affirmation card because we have our divine doorway present. Destiny. One door closes, another opens for you. Let the plans of destiny unravel true. One door closes and another opens. What's the door that's closing? Well, this is perhaps loneliness. This is perhaps isolation. This is perhaps even a depression that's saying like, you know what, I'm carrying this light inside of me, but it's sort of hidden away. Kind of turning, this is maybe a time where we kind of turned our back on our own authenticity. It's the way I would just kind of say, well, I'll do my meditation tomorrow. You know, my spiritual practice, I'll do it tomorrow. Or, you know, today was already kind of a bummer. Well, I'll exercise tomorrow, you know. I feel like this kind of an attitude, this isolated or the hidden light, right? That's kind of what I feel like this. I feel it's like a light that's hidden away. It's kind of like saying, oh, I'll put it, maybe I'll play drums tomorrow. You know, I'm just not feeling like it. And so we sort of put the thing away. And before we know it, the door to our meditation room has been closed for months, or the guitar has been collecting dust in the corner of the room for years, or the drums have just gotten old and stale because I haven't used them in so long, you know. We got to get to it. We got to get back to it. So this is that door that's closing. Okay. That hermit energy. Because now we're recommitting ourselves to ourself. Yeah. Recommitting ourselves to ourself. And that's the Two of Swords. This is the choice that you get to make. Going through that doorway is the choice. The choice to leave the past behind, leave the day behind, and take this moment in it. Like we make that choice every day. It's not a choice that we make one time and that's it. We have to make it every day. And if we do that, we're literally going to create our best life like overnight. Okay? Because we're learning how to let go of stress and do the thing that means the most to us. It's like I waited all day to come home and play the drums because it means so much to me. But then when I get home, I'm so worn out and ground down by the day that I don't even want to. You know? And I feel like it's like that for a lot of people and a lot of different things. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't have to be playing drums, you know. It should be, though. I'm kidding. It's whatever. And so we can choose to start doing it anyway. And at first it may just be like, I don't want to do it. But once we get into it, once we start doing it, it's going to feel like, oh, this is what I've waited all day to do. And the stress, what? The who? The work thing, huh? What are you talking about? We're going to let it go. Okay? So we can choose to sort of, to switch, you know, to go through that door. It's kind of like when we get home, we're home. When we get back to ourselves, we're ourselves again. And we shut the door on the work day or whatever. And, you know, that's gone from our mind. We're not letting it affect us. See, that's one issue with the Prince of Cups is that it's very sensitive. The aura is very sensitive. When things attach to you, they tend to stick, right? We got to be able to let those things go because those sticky things are building up on us. And pretty soon the guitar's been on the shelf for years and it's collecting dust, you know? There have been many times where I bought something, I say, I can't wait to start doing this. But then every time I have time to do it, it's always like, wow, I'm so tired from the day, I don't want to do it. But I feel like you're committed to something, even though you may not have been doing it very much lately, you've never given up on it. It still consumes your heart, you know? And the fact that we're not doing it is probably making us feel a little not good, you know? Maybe a little low, maybe a little depressed even, because we're not doing the thing that really means the most to us. We're not living that part of ourselves, whatever it is. It may not be a thing you do, but it's something, okay? We need to make that choice every day, and I think at first it's rather difficult. This is a fiery doorway, after all, so it may not be easy right away. We may have to force ourselves to do it even when we don't want to do it, but we're building up momentum here. And I think what we're doing is we're planting a lot of seeds, and those seeds are going to grow into this abundance, this real bounty of life. This is your paradise. This is the life you want to live. And it's kind of like saying, yeah, I don't mind going to work and being stressed out because I get to come home and do this, or be with my family, or be with my friends, or have this religious experience, or do my spiritual practice, or like, and then pretty soon that is sort of even improving the whole rest of the day too. Like the whole life becomes better. It becomes more rich and more meaningful and more significant. We're able to handle the stress at work more because we have this passion or this authentic, this song in our heart that we're singing now, not just in this designated time after work, but we're kind of singing it all day long, that it's something that is still resonating with us, long after we do it. We're sort of glowing, and I think we need to do it more often, don't you? And the Sun card in the future position, I think this is like really letting your light shine. I think this is a radiance. This is a clarity. And this is I believe, putting the weather in perspective, right? Once we start living from this spiritual source, we start living from this authentic place, it allows us to see a lot of the bovine excrement in life for what it is. Yeah, it's stressful at work. The bills are piling up maybe. There's challenges. There's arguments. You're fighting with your friends. But it's all like, it's important. It's all stuff we got to take care of. But it's not all there is. It's not life. It's not you. It's not the whole thing. It's not the whole pie. It's just a little slice of the pie. Yeah. It's just one ray of light that's coming off of here. So this sun is really able to put things in perspective and see things a little bit more clearly. A lot more clearly. And I think see the significance. You're kind of achieving like a cosmic perspective here. It's putting everything into place for you. Yeah. This is also real intense achievement. This is a real success. To me, it is a skyrocketing kind of success. Even if we look at this path linearly, maybe the hermit is kind of like saying, I've had to sacrifice a whole lot in my life. I've had to turn my back on a lot in order to take care of other things. Maybe we're not turning our back on ourselves anymore. We're saying, I can turn my back on other things so I have more time for myself. And your commitment to this authenticity, you're going through this doorway to a future of, you're becoming a star. What if you are like, this is you playing guitar, right? You're going to be an extraordinaire, You're going to be a virtuoso. You could really become something truly, truly amazing. It can be the biggest success that you've ever had. Like you have a real talent for something. But we're not going to develop that. We're not going to shine as this radiant star, as this radiant sun, if we don't focus instead on, because see, this kind of looks like you're turning your back on yourself, right? Because that's what you did. You turn your back on yourself. But now we're kind of, if I could mirror this card and turn it the other way, we're turning our back on the nonsense and we're facing ourselves, and we're going to focus on developing this talent or skill or this, creativity, whatever it is in you. And you're going to really make a lot of progress really, really fast. And I think you're going to, you're really going to shine. Like you're really good at something. Yeah. And you got to do it more. You're creating your best life there. Okay. But the Empress card too reminds us that if we want to get good at something, we have to nurture it. We have to keep doing it. We have to make that decision every day. Do I let the BS of life get me down, or do I just say, screw it, I'm going to do the thing that I do because I want to get good at it, because it's me, it's who I am, and I want to shine, So it's a choice we have to make like every day, really, right? Now, on the path of the serpent, we start with the Two of Pentacles. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. These readings are totally free. Okay. The Two of Pentacles is the card of change, harmonious change, that we've done something different. We've flipped the script. Again, it's the hermit. Instead of turning our back on ourselves, we've turned around. We've turned our back on other stuff, and we're focused on ourselves now. Self-love, self-care, a radical like self-interest, and that's what you need right now. And so we realize that some things have to be moved around. We're making positive changes in my life, where I'm saying, okay, when I get home, I just spend 8 hours a day at work. I don't want to spend another 4 hours sound like unwinding from work, because then it's just time to go to bed and start all over again. So I'm making a choice, and when I get home, work what? Work who? I wash all that nonsense off. None of that stuff matters, and I'm home and I'm doing the thing, or whatever it is. I mean, it doesn't have to be that exact schedule, but you get the idea, right? Because there's only so many hours in the day. So if we want to have room for some things, we have to get rid of other things. So maybe this is like letting go of all of that emotion that we feel in a particular environment. Maybe it's we come home and we have to then deal with all of the stress of being at home. You know, the stress of the family and the pets and the plans and the things that need to be done and the laundry and all this stuff now. We have to kind of cordon off a certain amount of time for ourselves where we can do the thing that means the most to us, the thing that really is for you. You know, whether it's your spiritual practice or your self-care or like your hair care, like skin care type regimen, whatever it is, you know. I've been trying to do more of that too. I've been trying to take at least a half an hour a day where I can like actually take care of my hair, you know, and sort of, you know, try to take care of my skin a little bit and do these kinds of things. And that reminds me, if you have any suggestions for hair oil, right? I'm looking for something for my hair. If you got a suggestion, I have kind of dry, frizzy hair. If you have any recommendations, please let me know. The only thing I think of is like argan oil, but I don't know. Anyway, we're having to relocate time and space a little bit in order to make time for ourselves to do what we need to do, so that we can expand into our full potential, so that we can radiate and we can glow, because this is the only thing that's going to make us happy, right? We can't keep living a life that is just basically, you know, the hermit's life, right? Where it's just like you got to do these particular things and you have no time for yourself. You're always in service to the, you know, let's say always in service to the outside responsibilities rather than your responsibility to yourself. It needs a little bit of time, okay? And look, the Eight of Pentacles, growth. This is a card of patience, but it's a card of self-care. This is a card of really trying to take care of things, paying attention to the details, okay? The Hermit is busy tending the external gardens, but we have to tend the internal gardens. Yeah. And so the Hermit is then, you know, every card has light and shadow, right? So I kind of feel like we've been ignoring the light within. We have been neglecting the details of the internal garden. And now it's time to focus on the internal garden. Yeah. And I feel like that's what the Eight of Pentacles is here. The Prince of Swords is kind of the obstacle. And the obstacle is that it's difficult to change. Once we get set into a routine, it's difficult to change the routine. Once we get fixed into a belief, it's hard to change the belief. So once the Hermit gets kind of stuck on a particular path, you know, the Hermit needs to get off trail a little bit, needs to flip the script, needs to do something different. But we make certain connections, and then it's just easier to repeat those. Once you've traveled a particular path, it's easier to travel that path. It's difficult to then change course and take a different path, right? So we sort of get stuck in our ways. We get fixed in the ways of thinking, the ways of dealing with our life, and the habits, the routines that we have, where it's just like, I feel like you're a really busy person, you know? I feel like you have a lot of responsibilities, and then when there is time for you to have a little bit of self-care time, you're too exhausted, too tired, too burnt out, too stressed to even bother, okay? And of course, that's how it is, that's how we think about it, that's what we believe every day, and it just feels natural. So it would be weird to do anything different now. I feel like that's why we have such a radical change with the Eon card. I mean, that's a very, very decisive step. This is a really big kind of change here, right? This is kind of a life-changing decision. And I think the Hermit is kind of choosing a different path than the one we've been on, all right? And the Princess of Pentacles, of course, is the investment. We have to invest in ourselves. If we want to become the Empress, not gender specific, if we want to create our best self and our best life, we have to invest in ourself and in our life, right? Very often this is like an external investment. You're going to invest in the business. You're going to invest in stock market. Things are going to get better. Things are going to skyrocket, right? You've got to invest in yourself too. Yeah. You've got to invest in yourself too. And things are going to get better and you are going to shine, but you've got to put time, effort, energy, and or money into you, into your internal garden. Okay? Maybe now is a good time for us to do that. Okay? So this is the card that becomes the Empress. We want this good life. We want this to be us in our life. We've got to start from here and we've got to invest in this and it will become this. The Princess of Pentacles is always trying to transform into the Empress. Okay? That's always the deal. Let's look at our mystery card. I want this to be another Empress. I want it to be maybe some fire. Yeah, maybe like a 6 of Wands or something. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Let's see what we have. 5 of Pentacles. Yes, that makes sense because this is that investment. This is you putting in the work. It's not necessarily an overnight change. It is going to skyrocket. Once you start doing it, it's going to pick up speed and momentum and it's going to be here before you know it. But we have to be willing to make that difficult shift out of our fixed thoughts, our fixed habits, the fixed mindset. We're in this routine already. It's going to take, it's momentum, it's inertia. A body in motion will stay in motion until acted upon by force. So you're in a particular motion right now. You need force to knock yourself into a different trajectory. So something needs to sort of rock that hermit and really like grab the hermit and turn it around. And that's what this card is. So in other words, it may be difficult at first to make a change. It may feel awkward at first. It may be like, you're sitting there playing your drums, but you're just like, I just want to go to bed and eat some ice cream. Like, I don't want to be here. Stick with it. It's going to be more difficult at the beginning, but then it's going to pick up speed and momentum, and it's going to be the best life. Okay? So we have to deal with that initial discomfort if this is going to be anything. Just like we're planting the garden, you're tending the garden, you got to till the soil a little bit. You got to prune some of the bushes or something, or I don't know, whatever. Cut off the dead leaves of the tomato plant, and so you're going to have to feel a little bit of the awkward discomfort first. But that's how you know that things are changing, is when things get a little weird, a little uncomfortable. So I like this. I think that you are, this is really intense energy for you. I'm very, very excited about all this. We're going to do an extended reading too. We'll do an I Ching hexagram. We'll do some oracle cards. There's a link in the corner. There's a link in the video description. New readings for Pisces, Thursdays and Sundays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you want to watch these readings at the website, go to doveandserpenttarot.com. You can also find me on Patreon. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet. These readings are totally free. They don't cost anything. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.